I got members on my Discord server to join my server in Theme Park Tycoon 2 so I can rate and review their parks. So the first park we have is Q's Prototype Coasters by Mad Ice Cube. I do like the entrance over here, and this coaster looks amazing. And yes, I have ridden this coaster on stream, but I still can't wait to show you guys on video. Well, here we go in this RMC. Honestly, my love to RMCs has grown so much more seeing more builds on this game. This RMC has a really good layout, and most of it is pretty much smooth as well. And I do love the color scheme that went into the track and the support, so it makes it look absolutely amazing. Well, that was an amazing ride on that RMC. What was it called again? Anaconda. Well, now we're gonna head on to this dive coaster, which is probably gonna be the last coaster that we ride at this park, just because we have a lot of parts to get to. Well, here we go up this really steep chain lift, and as well you could get an amazing view of some of the other parks that we have here. And that inversion was really smooth. Even though that was a pretty short coaster, I really did like the layout of this coaster. Even though I didn't get to ride everything in this park, the coasters that were here were absolutely amazing. Definitely my favorite was the RMC over here. I loved the color scheme that went into the supports and the track, and it just matched the overall scenery. Even this dive coaster over here, it was really cool. The inversions were pretty smooth. From looking at these other coasters, they look really cool as well. With the scenery, there are a lot of trees, so I'm probably going to give that a 7 out of 10 for the trees. And for the coasters itself, I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. In total, that scores this park a total of 15 points, which is pretty cool. Now we're moving on to the stealth recreation, which looks amazing. Just look at this. Bro, we have some amazing parts coming up. Yeah, first thing we're going to do is head into this long queue line. This looks super realistic, the queue line. And the station as well, it looks pretty identical to how it is in real life. Well, now let's try test this stealth ride. And off we go into our launch. Yeah, this stealth recreation is absolutely amazing. Definitely one of the best stealth recreations I've seen. The amount of detail that went into the supports, and I think these are even lights over here for when you set it to nighttime. So yeah, he even added a part of tidal wave in the background, which is definitely not rideable just looking at it. But the stealth recreation was super accurate to how it is in real life, and the scenery as well, it looks super realistic, and he made it to look really good. For scenery, I scored this a solid 8 out of 10 since it looks super realistic and everything. It's pretty identical to how it is in real life. But the coaster itself, I score it a 9 out of 10 because of how identical it is to real life. Like even just looking at the coaster and riding it in real... Never mind, I didn't even get to finish. I didn't get to finish because he left the game. So that adds up and gives him a 17 out of 10. So now moving on, I've seen this part many times and I think it's pretty popular. Haven't seen this in a long time though. But we have the Smiler recreated by Harry Tidswell08. If you guys didn't know, Harry is also recreating Nemesis. I love how he also included the chicken shop and everything. But yeah, let's get straight into the Smiler. I don't know where the logo went, but yeah, let's head straight into the Smiler. This is definitely one of the most realistic Smiler recreations in game. Probably is the most realistic Smiler recreation in game. He even added working screens into it. Just look at this working screen. It looks absolutely amazing. This is definitely super accurate to the Smiler in real life. And off we go onto the Smiler. I love how you include the mists and everything. And up the first lift hill we go. Then we're gonna go into our first drop. I love the support structure as well. Super accurate to how it is in real life as well. Yeah, this is just super realistic. I can't believe how someone did this. Like he built this all on by himself. It's actually mind-blowing. Now up our vertical lift hill onto our second half of the ride. So much effort went into this ride, and you can even tell just by looking at it. Just look how realistic and accurate it is to the real thing. Honestly, my mind is blown. Just look at this. It's absolutely amazing. And my mind is blown. Look at these supports and the marmalizer structure in the middle. It's absolutely amazing. Super accurate to how it is in real life, and even the pathing. Imagine, look at this path. He made it all out of primitives, which is absolutely amazing. For scenery, this ride definitely deserves a solid 10, because just look at this. It's super accurate to how it is in real life, and yeah, it's super realistic as well. For the coaster, however, it's not the smoothest coaster I've seen, but I'm probably going to rate it about an 8 out of 10 as well. So that scores him a solid 18 points, which is absolutely amazing still. Now it's time to move on to the next park. I don't think there's anything here. Now we have the Rock Expedition by Onyx and Xando. Yeah, this coaster honestly is absolutely amazing. Look at the scenery and all the rocks that went into this. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know how much times I'm going to say amazing in this video. But yeah, I have showcased this ride before. It's the only showcase video I've done so far. So yeah, let's give the Rock Expedition another ride. Well, Well, here we go on to our first launch. This is definitely one of the best multi-launch coasters I've actually seen in game. Even the scenery makes it 10 times better. The coaster itself has an amazing layout and it's pretty smooth on most parts. But yeah, this coaster has an amazing layout and everything. It's absolutely amazing how they built this. The scenery definitely gets a solid 10 just looking at this. Looking at all this rocks, all the different shades of rock that went into this. Even the custom supports, just look at these custom supports. So much effort went into the entire build. The coaster has a really good layout. Some parts have a few jolts and stuff, but most of it's actually smooth, so I'm probably going to score the coaster actually a 9. So that gives this build 19 points, which is absolutely amazing. Now it's time to move on to the next part. Well, here we're at our next part, which looks absolutely amazing as well. Look at all this rock work as well, and these custom supports as well. This park is built by Penguin and Kid only. It's amazing how he made this all by himself. I don't think the coaster's done, but I still can't wait to test it out. Well, here we go on the coaster. I can't wait to ride this again. Unfortunately, because it's not done, I can't give it a full, like, top tier ranking. But I guess I'll rank it as high as I can. And here we go on this coaster. This looks absolutely amazing. I love that tunnel over there. That was really cool. And the scenery and the surroundings around it are absolutely amazing. Some of these custom supports, they're really cool. Yeah, these layouts are really cool. And the coaster's really smooth itself as well. Well, here we go to... Well, yeah, that's that for that coaster. The coaster itself, yeah, was really good. It was really smooth, even though it wasn't done. I'm probably gonna rank it as high as I can. I'm probably gonna give this a 9 because it's not done, but the parts that are done is really smooth. The rock work is absolutely amazing, and I love how he added this plane over here, filled with theme park taken to YouTubers as well. But for scenery, I definitely give this probably an 8 out of 10 because it's not done. That gives Penguin and Kid a solid 17 points. So now we have GameStop Adventure by Max34 YouTube 134. I've seen this on stream. It's absolutely fantastic, and let's try get on this hybrid coaster. This hybrid coaster in this park is really cool. Well, here we go on the hybrid coaster. I love the custom chain lift he added as well. And here we go on this hybrid coaster. These elements are really cool as well. Even though there's not really much scenery around it, the coaster itself is absolutely incredible. And most of the coaster is pretty much smooth as well. Oh look, it's the new ride that got added recently. And this rock walk over here looks so good. And now we have the Minecraft Adventure. I want to ride this map multi-launch. Where's the entrance? The terrain in this coaster is really good as well, and I don't know what that was that shot out of the ground. This coaster has a really good layout, and I love the scenery that went around it as well. The rock work is absolutely amazing. And what I also like about this coaster are the elements as well. I love the elements that he added into it. And yeah, that was an amazing ride. I absolutely loved that. So for scenery, I'm probably going to give this an 8 out of 10 because of the rock work and how realistic most of it is. Even though there are a few parts that aren't done, it still looks really good. Especially the rock work over here. For the coaster itself, For the coasters itself, I'll probably score an 8 because of how realistic and smooth it was. And it has some really good elements as well. So in total, that scores him a total of 16 points, which he should be proud of himself for. Now let's move on to our next part. Next up, we have Work in Progress by EN1Al. I love the rock work over here and this little circle thing. I love these customs trees, they look really good, and this rock work around here. And he even built the TARDIS. Just look at this, that's absolutely amazing. So we're gonna start off by riding this coaster over here, so dive coaster, and the scenery around this coaster is really cool as well. And here we go, starting backwards and launching forwards. And here we go on this dive coaster. This has a really cool layout, and the scenery around it is really cool as well. For a second I actually thought we were gonna crash, and wow, that coaster was really cool. I love the scenery and how it went backwards on this part. I don't know where the entrance to this coaster is, so I don't think I'll be able to ride it, sorry. But this coaster over here was really good. I love the layout and the scenery, and I went around it. For the coaster, I'm probably going to give that a 7 because even though it had a few rough spots, it had a really good layout. And I love how it starts going up a backwards chain lift. So that leaves you with the total of 15 points, which you should be so proud of yourself for. Oh my god, man. Just look at this. Okay, this is called Tags by, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but by them. And wow, just look at this building over here. That looks so cool. I don't think there are any coasters here, but just look at the scenery over here. Look at all these buildings. They look super realistic. Oh my days, wow. I wonder how long this took to make. Just look at the detail that went into everything. It looks so good. Super realistic as well. Just look at this, man. Just look at this. And he made this all out of primitives as well. Just look at that. Yeah, I don't care. For scenery, this is getting a 12. This is getting a 12. Even if it's not done, this is getting a 12. But there's no coasters at this park, so I'm not even going to include that. But still, 12 out of 10. You blew my mind. And here we go on our final park. And next up we have When I'm Bored I Build Here by Red Panda ECTO. This entrance looks really good as well. I love this entrance. I love this fountain as well. And these trees that are going around, it looks really good. Wow, these buildings look super realistic as well. Yeah, I love these buildings that are over here as well. They look so cute. So I want to ride this hypercoaster. Let's ride the hypercoaster, then we can ride this multi-launch over here. That's not even a hypercoaster, that's a flawless coaster, my bad. Here we go on our first drop. This looks so cool. And so far, this coaster has been so smooth. It's only been one turn, but wow. This coaster is really good. It's super realistic, and I love these support structures over here. They look really cool. And he got this at the perfect speed, I think, as well. He got the perfect speed. And yeah, I'm super impressed by this coaster. Even though there wasn't much scenery around the coaster, it still looks pretty good. And the support structures and the coaster itself were, I'm gonna say it again, absolutely amazing. Now it's time to ride the final coaster of this video, which is the multi-launch coaster. And here we go on this multi-launch coaster. That was a perfect speed for that launch as well. This multi-launch coaster has an amazing layout as well. Even though it's not built in the biggest amount of space, it's still really cool. And that, oh my god, that support structure was really cool. Even though this park isn't finished, that was absolutely incredible. I love how he included this little detail of the supports that aren't even in place yet. That's really cool. Well, for scenery, this is getting a 9. It's super realistic. The rockwork and the buildings, they're so good. For the coasters itself, I'm also going to give it a 9 because of how realistic and smoother they are. He got the coaster at the perfect speed as well, which is really cool. Well, that adds up and gives you 18 points, which is the highest we've had this video, so well done. We have Adventureland by Christian 002. I remember seeing this park on stream and it was really good. I do love this mine train coaster over here. But let's start with this hybrid coaster over here. This station looks really good as well. Well, here we go on this hybrid coaster. Like I said the last time, my love to hybrid coasters has grown so much seeing all these new hybrid coasters. And here we go on this hybrid coaster. This looks really good, by the way. And I love how you go down into the tunnels as well. I like this hybrid coaster because it's not like super intense like all the ones that you usually see. Well, yeah, that was really cool. Let's move on to the next coaster, which I believe is the mine train coaster over here. It looks spectacular, by the way. Just look at that. Yeah, I love all these rocks around here and the scenery and stuff. It looks really good. And also this station looks really good. Definitely a really good themed ride. They lagged out. But I guess I'll try rate it as high as I can. So for scenery, I'm probably going to score that a good 7 out of 10. The scenery around that desert themed coaster over there was really good, and also the stations were really good, so that's why it's getting 7. For the coasters, I'll probably score it also a 7 because I've ridden the desert themed coaster on stream and it's really good, very smooth as well. So that tops that part with 14 points, so they should be proud of themselves. So now let's move on to this park. So now we got hashtags by Alpha Swell. This is a really good logo, by the way, and the sign just basically saying it's not really finished. The scenery around here is absolutely amazing, by the way. The station and everything looks super realistic. Yeah, let's head on to this inverted coaster. I absolutely love inverted coasters. Here we go on our first drop. This mountain over here looks really good, by the way. The scenery and the rockwork around this is really good. I love that 0 right there. It was very smooth. This roller coaster is absolutely amazing. I love the scenery and the rockwork around it, and the coaster layout is really cool. I love how it kind of interacts with the scenery as well. And yeah, that was a really good coaster. I absolutely love that. Now we're entering Sci-Fi Land. This looks really good. And I love this color scheme around this coaster. It looks really good. And here we go on to our first drop. That was a super high drop and a super steep drop as well. And I love that how we went through that tunnel just there. And all the support structures, it looks absolutely incredible. Just look at that. It looks super detailed as well. This is a really cool coaster and it's super smooth as well. And it also has a really good layout, and I love how it kind of interacts with the building over there as well. Honestly, I'm so glad I got to see this. My love to hybrid coasters has grown once again. So yeah, my mind is blown. That coaster was absolutely incredible. I love the support structure that was over here and the building over there. It was really cool. It also had a really good layout as well. And also this inverted coaster, I love how it kind of interacts with the rocks and everything, and it has a really good layout as well. But honestly, I'm so glad I got to see this park. So for the scenery, I'm going to score this probably an 8 out of 10 because the rocks and the supports, they look really good. For the coaster, they were both pretty smooth and they had really good layouts, so I'm probably going to score them also an 8. So that tots you with a total of 16 points, so that's really good. Well done. Now it's time to move on to our next park. Okay, next up we have Magic Valley by Bram. I don't know how to pronounce the name, I'm sorry. Let's give this a like. Also, if you want your park to be rated and reviewed, all you have to do is join my Discord server and boom, that's it. And I don't think this coaster's done. It still looks pretty good though. I love these roof tiles that went on top of the station. But yeah, this station looks super realistic as well. And zooming out and looking at this coaster, I love these support structures over here. They look super detailed. I can't imagine how long they must have taken. And now here we go on this wooden coaster. It looks really cool looking at it. Because this coaster is not done, I can't give it a full top tier rating, so I'll try score as high as I can. And here we go on our first drop. That was a really smooth first drop, and look at all those supports over there. It looks super. These supports look absolutely amazing, and the coastal layout so far has been pretty smooth. This coaster is really smooth as well, and I love this part how it cuts. And I love that part how it cut through the station just there. It's a really good feature. And yeah, now that's the end of this coaster. That was really good. Well, that coaster was absolutely amazing as well. I love the layout and all these custom supports over there. Even though it's not done, it still looks really cool. And the station as well, it looks really cool. So for scenery, I probably have to score it a 6 out of 10 because it's not done. But still, I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm saying it looks absolutely amazing, but it's just not done. For coaster, I'd probably score it an 8 out of 10 because of how smooth it is and realistic it is. It looks absolutely amazing. So that scores you a total of 14 points, which is really good as well. Now let's move on to our next park. Before this video continues, 60% of my viewers who watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. What are you doing? If you're watching and you're not subscribed, I would definitely appreciate it if you did subscribe. It would be absolutely fantastic. Let's get back to the video. Now we're on to Yoshi's Park. This park is not yet done, and it's called Yoshi's Adventure World. First thing that obviously catches your eye is this huge coaster. It looks really cool. It's a hydraulic launch coaster, and obviously we have a hybrid coaster over there. Yes, I love hybrid coasters now. But the rides I'm obviously gonna ride is this coaster and this coaster, and the support structure on this coaster looks really cool as well. So let's obviously start with the hydraulic launch coaster. Well, here we go on this hydraulic launch coaster. It looks really cool. I think this might be a recreation of something, I don't know, but still doesn't change the fact of how good it looks. And I love this little countdown he added over here. It looks really good. And here we go into our launch. Wow, we're going super high up and we're going super quick. And the support structure was really good as well. But that was really cool. I love the support structure and everything. Now let's move on to this coaster over here, which looks really cool. And these are custom supports as well. And these catwalks over here look super realistic as well. These custom supports and these catwalks look really good as well. It definitely matches the coaster color scheme as well. And I just realized it's matching this coaster color scheme as well. Now we're going down that steep drop into this tunnel, and wow, that was really fast. Definitely a super fast coaster. And these have some really cool elements in it as well. This coaster was super fast. I wasn't expecting it to go that fast. Well, you guys know what time it is. Time to rank it. So for scenery, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because I like these trees over here and I like the custom supports and everything. I'm probably going to give the coaster probably a 7 out of 10 just because it wasn't the smoothest coasters I've seen, but it still had a pretty good layout and it had some really cool elements in it. So that tops you with the score of 14 points, so you should be proud of yourself. Well, next up we have Dark Forest Mission by Lulu Gaming 59. Definitely look at the scenery and the rock work over here. It looks really cool. And the color scheme that went into this is a hybrid coaster. Yeah, and the color scheme that went into the hybrid coaster, it looks really good. It definitely matches the scenery. And here we go into this coaster, and I love that. And I love that indoor heartline row that we just had over there. And here we go. Let's go on to this coaster. We're super high up as well, and here we go into our first drop, I think. The scenery and the color scheme that went into the coaster definitely gives it a really good look. And I love the rock work over there, it looks really good. And all of these indoor sections are really cool as well. There's so many elements in this coaster and they're really well made. And wow, this coaster was absolutely amazing. The scenery and the coaster itself was really cool as well. I love the color scheme that went in the coaster and all the scenery that went around it, such as the rock work and everything. Oh, it disappeared. Well, for the coaster, I'm probably going to give this probably an 8 out of 10 because of how smooth it was. And it has some really good elements. And for scenery, that's getting a 9 because of how realistic that was. And the amount of effort that he put into it. So that tops him with the total of 17 points, which you should be super proud of yourself.